Yes.
Okay, we're on. Okay, we're back into open session at 9:53 a.m., having taken no action in closed section, but we do have some action items to start. You want to do the action items and then go back to the stuff you were talking about?
Sure.
Okay, the appointment and employment of our new general manager. Do I hear a motion to hire Jay Ornelli? And by the way, his name's not Jay. Oscar something.
David Oscar.
David Oscar Ornelas to be
Oscar David. Oscar David.
Oh, it's Oscar David.
Are you sure? Go check.
Oscar David.
Are you
We
sure?
checked, yeah.
Oscar David.
We had it backwards.
Ornelas, yeah. None of us knew that till we found that.
You're gonna change that on this?
It's on the license, it's correct. I mean, on the
Okay.
contract, it's
No,
correct.
Anyway, and the contract is part of the deal too, and he's agreed to sign it. He's already seen it. He's agreeing with the employment contract. So entertain a motion to appoint Jay and employ Jay, not Jay, David Oscar Ornelas as our new general manager.
Oscar David.
Oscar David.
I'll make the motion to hire David Oscar Ornelas.
David Oscar, whatever.
Whatever his name is, I'll second.
We put J in parents, so you can just say J.
There you go.
Say Jay.
So Larry makes a motion, Art seconds, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay. Now, the other part of it was number three. And we talked about that, about Al asked for this to help him in the engineering department, and you know, on a piecemeal time, it'll help Jay get back into motion again too, but Al needs him in engineering over there, Al and Sharon need him over there, and it's gonna be a part-time deal, only in an hourly pay deal. If you all need him, you ask him to do something, he'll do it. And he starts to work on January the 6th. It's all in the agreement. I mean, you can attach the agreement to the resolution. Okay.
Primarily, you can help us with some tech stuff, or
Yeah, whatever.
Are you talking about number 3? That starts
Yeah,
with
number 3. That's it.
What are you gonna do?
After
he becomes general
That
manager?
terminates automatically.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do after that?
He's
You need
gonna
help?
get- No, he's gonna have to do that as part of his G.
January 6th, he's gonna submit a bill.
He can do it.
You
The
can do
next
it.
one, the agreement, which is 175,000.
Can he?
Yeah, he can do it.
Do-
Oh, that's Sharon. Sharon's
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sharon's doing, what he's doing is, okay, to be clear, and it's in the agreement, it's.
Right.
We've got two
Salary's
copies.
175.
Oh, okay.
He's providing the technical, the engineering side that we know Bert Wood really couldn't do. So Sharon's still doing just taking care of all that stuff, and we really made significant progress this week, getting everything straightened
That
out.
young man,
But she doesn't have the ability to look at a bridge and say, no, that's the wrong beam, whereas he does. So he's gonna assist her, and Bert didn't have that ability either. So I was doing it, and I need to get back to the
you have the
design work.
ability to play?
I don't know if I have that, the desire, but.
What I wanna make just perfectly clear, after the 9th, right? 6th, sorry.
It says January.
It might be the 9th.
It's a
I
nine.
think it might be
6
the
or
9th.
9.
This says nine, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Johnny's
Jay's gonna be
six,
hired
I
at
can
his salary,
separate
and he's
it.
gonna help you out
Nine.
still, or?
He's
Part of his job.
Okay, then it's, his salary is his salary.
He's in charge of everything.
Yeah, no, the other one goes away.
The other one, okay, that's what I need to
It
know.
terminates automatically.
Terminates automatically.
You can't get
That's an
two.
interim.
This was January 9th?
No moonlight.
If you won't have two, no master, only one master, not two masters.
Okay.
Well, no, you know, the world, that's why on a submarine, they have an executive commander and the commander, so the executive commander can complain about the commander. But the submarine still works fine. So anyways, I'll still be district engineer. Jay's gonna be an engineer as general manager, which is unusual, but that's good.
But Al's not here, he can help.
Yeah, and I'm going back primarily to, I won't, and this is the way it was before when he was here, I wasn't doing licensing, that's why we hired him. And Sharon's now doing 90% of the paperwork, he used to do a lot of the paperwork, but he'll still be providing technical assistance to her and as general manager, on the licensing issues. I mean, I will be available if needed, but I'm sure he'll take care of it. There's no problem there.
And he knows all the
15
operations,
years.
he knows the maintenance, he knows
And he knows how to build bridges.
administration.
And then I'll go back to what I was supposed to do, was doing the design work and, managing I got the grants, as Miguel pointed out last meeting, that those still all have to be taken care of and straightened out, so. I'll do that, I'll do what I do the best, and he'll do what he does the best.
But he needs to be a general manager.
City.
What?
He needs to be a general manager.
Yeah, he'll be general manager, and I'll be district
You
engineer.
can't escape that, then we calling you.
He needs to be a general manager. He can't go to engineering to do licensing. He can only delegate. And he's gotta be careful that we don't overwhelm him with his general manager.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
You know?
He'll be fine. Okay, so, what other,
We
action?
didn't get a motion for item number 3.
Okay, we need a motion, that's right, we didn't do that. Who wants to make that motion?
Mr. President, I move to accept the agreement for engineering services for Oscar David J. Ornelas through
Okay.
January 9th.
Well, you're kind of formal about the way you do it.
Yes.
That's great, that's great, I like it. You bring some formality to the board. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Art seconds. It's been moved and seconded, we accept the letter of agreement, professional engineering services with David Oscar Ornelas for review and assistance with real property license. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You can attach the agreement to that too.
And then number 5, what happened?
So number 4, I'll just give a really brief update, is we're catching up with last year in terms of our allocation. We finalized the allocation for last year, or for this year, and it's 71,000 is what we have. We had about 80 last year. And now we'll move into whatever water flows into the reservoir will be allocated, when we have enough water to allocate, so maybe May before we do that, but it just depends on how much it rains up there and other things.
Have we had any inflows recently?
There's a good base flow. It's a little higher than about, 2,000 acre feet, which is, then they're gonna transfer, in December, they're gonna transfer about 14,000 acre feet of water that's ours upstream, downstream.
Downstream.
So we'll probably get all of that. It usually transfers pretty efficiently in December. That's why we do it in December. The 38,000 they owe us, I don't think we'll ever see that.
I look at it every day. 38,000.
Well, that,
It's up there on Mesa Street and that all.
that water is, the credit, the estimate, and of course it'll be adjusted more for the next month, but right now, they're up to about 190,000, which we expect that to actually go down a little, because when they transfer the 14,000 of the prior power water, once they transfer that, it gets down there, that'll decrease their debit a little bit. So, but it's not in any way are we gonna ever get our 38,000 back, so it's going up. It'll go up from 160,000 probably to 175 this year.
If you remember, he did that with the proviso.
I do remember that, but I thought that once it's on the books, technically, we'll still be able to
She
get
has
it
to
back.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just my thing.
Oh, okay.
Either that or the dam runs over and it erases the dam.
I don't know what
They don't
it
have
is.
to pay. That's true. It's supposed to pay.
So I didn't mean to call you, sorry.
Is that all?
And then I have, that's all for 4, and then I have 5. I have 5 as an action item. 5 can go into closed session if you want, if not, I can
We
just do
already
it.
talked about it a little in closed session, but I want the direct record to show that,
I was,
that Art was not in here when we.
Signed one of
discussed it.
those.
He probably wants to leave right now, right?
He doesn't have to leave, he just can't.
if y'all take action, I can sit here.
Yeah, in open sessions, you only to abstain,
Okay.
but.
I abstain.
All right, what are you suggesting? Or you want to explain the whole deal and then?
Yeah, I'll answer any questions you guys have. So you have a copy of the letter the board approved in June, sale of property. We did get the survey, which I attached, but I had talked to Mr. Ivy about, having a closing date. Chewy provided this in the letter of 90 days is what she instructed us to do at the board meeting. and then additional less amount of time, so I called him and we worked with him for the last 30 days. We're about 120 days or more into it right now, so we're past the 90. And he could not give me a closing date. And I said, well, I can't sell something that I don't know when I'm gonna close on. It just doesn't make any sense. So I just asked you to resend, but we'll just entertain the offer whenever he has the money and he wants to buy it.
Right, bring it back when you have the money.
Is that okay? I just don't want it hanging out there. So. And from now on, I talked to Sharon, just like we've done provisionally on almost all of our contracts, and we'll do it on all of them, that there's, the contract's only good for a certain time period. And
If he came back and requested an extension and you brought it.
I would bring that to you guys and you could
Then we
extend
could do
it.
it, but he hasn't done that.
Yeah, if he had given me a date to close, I would have brought that to you today and asked you to extend it to that date. I have no date to close. I've got one or two more that are similar to that. They're just hanging there, and I'll bring those to you in December. But what we'd also like to do is on this motion, we'll add that, well, we'll need it on your resetting, but on future motions, we always put how many days the offer's good for. It's usually 60 is what we've been doing. And for whatever reason on these, it's been in all the licenses, just not in the sales, right? So we'll add it to the sales. No, that'll automatically take care of it, and this won't happen again. That's okay. You guys think 60 is right?
60 days is plenty, don't you?
So what you're saying, Al, is that it'll fall off, and it'll shelf life, we don't have to go back.
You won't have to go back.
It's like, you know what, you lost your 60 days, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's
It
why,
automatically goes into default.
and that's the way we buy a house
That's
or
what it
anything
should do,
else.
that's what it should do.
We don't have that sales contract that you would, but that's the way those all work. You have a certain amount of time to close. If you can't close, deal's over.
And we're not advertising that it's for sale, so
This one,
if we did, I bet he'd pay real quick.
yeah, well, you guys might want to next time. I could see if you want me to put it up on but this one, we were using a law that allowed us to sell to an adjacent owner. He's an adjacent owner, so it allowed us
You
not
don't
to
have to have
have.
bids if it's an adjacent owner.
But if we sell to a non-adjacent owner, non-governmental, we do have to advertise them, correct?
Okay, so
I move
you
to
need any
approve.
action?
We
We're gonna
just
have,
need an action that,
you want some action, or we just tell you not to, what?
no, I think I need action because you made action with that.
To rescind it.
Yeah, the rescind.
I move to approve as per district policy and recommendation from the administration to rescind.
Second.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's okay.
Second, George seconds, okay, all in favor say aye, all in favor same sign.
That's it.
Most important, number 8 down there, anybody want to make that motion? I'll make it. You make that motion?
To adjourn.
To adjourn it?
That's
And
Friday.
You second?
I'll say.
That's the secretary role.
All in favor say aye.
Just in the future, you need to make it before he asks for it, or so I can beat him to it.
That was always Endar's motion.